begin the stream now. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, we were playing the video game. I'll show you what we were playing. Because I released the demo for the movement. And that was a fun little project, though admittedly it wasn't on the schedule and it wasn't like the main priority. Oh, hang on. I need to swap that over. There we go. In fact, what I'll do is do that so this doesn't take up so much CPU or GPU resources. Ouch, because we're not even getting a consistent frame rate in here. Like, look at those stutters. This is a horrible fate. The video game sucks. But that's not the important thing right now. Okay, so this came out and this is fun. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was demonstrating the roll jump. Because that's one of the things, the feedback was basically I think they just misunderstood how the roll jump worked. Because I didn't tutorialize that rolling and then roll jumping. I tutorialized them at the same time. So they assumed it was just one move, where you had to, like, you know, press them at the same time, when in reality, that's not how it works. You roll and then jump. So I should have taught rolling and then jumping. But oh well. That's why this isn't the final game that people pay money for. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do today is just think about the planning, or like basically finishing up this pass 2 as I've been calling it, because that's what I should have been doing, but then this is not really that. Because basically I was putting off the actual... Why did the... Oh yeah, because I closed the editor. Hang on. Let's get my... Let's see. I'm closing all this stuff that I have over here. Close other tabs. There we go. So, with the writing for the game, there was a lot of stuff that I was intending to have for this pass 2, so November 30th, that is not going to be happening. So, like, let's do, like, a view expand all. So this is all of the stuff. And this is the won't ship stuff, too. Like, if we go to, like, the very lowest... So there's, like, dozens and dozens of things that I wanted to have for this pass, and just didn't do. And so I want to talk about, I think, the reasons why I put those off. So let's say why I procrastinated on the pass to story stuff. So I think there's several things. One is I am uncomfortable writing on stream. I've talked about it before, but you know, I don't really like having like really... I'm just not comfortable making really emotional things while I'm writing on stream. So I tend to just write very like by the numbers things, and I think that also then makes me less motivated because like, oh, this story is boring. That's gonna suck. And so then it's like a loop. Hang on, let me crack this window. Because I think I've sort of gotten into the habit of only working on the game while I'm streaming, which, I mean, is nice in the sense of like having a work-life balance, where I have other things that I can do and not like feel like I'm using literally all of my free time on the game. But that also means that anything that I'm not comfortable doing on stream, I just don't do. So the solution is to just like schedule time off stream. So, since I'm already streaming 4 days a week, I guess I could just schedule... Well, because I already do work on Saturdays, though I should probably use that time more productively. So let's just write down. So this is basically just me sort of like doing my project management on stream. So the story stuff, so focus plan tasks for Saturdays. So yeah, let's do like allocate time on Monday and Tuesday. Because if I want to get the game done, I should probably be, you know, doing that. Because I'm uncomfortable writing on streams. Because specifically I need on emotional beats, make the side stories, gather reference / inspiration, no social media. Because one of the bad habits that I have off stream is basically I just watch a lot of YouTube shorts basically instead of like doing anything that would make me feel motivated to actually create something. Because like, you know, if I read a good book or watch a good movie, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like, you know, I want to incorporate ideas from that into the game. And that's like a good thing because I need things that I can incorporate into the game because, quite frankly, the setting can be kind of dry. So it's nice to have just a bit of like variety and a bit of weirdness, especially because like if as an open world game, that's kind of what you're looking for, of like, you know, you want to stumble into weird things. And so I need to just, you know, make it a point of like, if I'm not being productive, I might as well just like fully commit to relaxing and like enjoying something rather than what I do where basically I don't feel comfortable like taking a break and like playing games or something because like, oh, I have work to do. But then I'll just look at my phone and watch YouTube on my phone or something. And it's like, I'm like in this halfway point of not doing work and not relaxing. Also, you can tell that I'm not doing so hot at this area. But okay, so that's the main thing, I think. But also, I struggle to think of ideas for this game. So I think it's just fatigue. Because I've been working on this game now for like 2.5 years. Setting is too serious and alien. Funnier. Do more research. Because basically, yeah, the two things are just fatigue. So I could do something like, I don't know, flash fiction. Game jams. Just something where I try to maybe use the same mechanics or like the same toolkit that I've made for this game, like the dialogue system or something, to make a smaller, more focused game. Because I actually tried doing that for the 2023 Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam. And that was fun and actually pretty invigorating. But I didn't really wind up making anything complete and almost like I was in like physical pain after that jam. So I may not be able to do that. Or like maybe not like a 2-day game jam, but maybe like a 1-week game jam or something like that. Or like just some self-imposed short challenge, because that's kind of what this was. Basically just a little creative exercise to make something that has a beginning, middle, and end, as short as it is. I could do something similar in scope to this, but with the dialogue or with like telling a fictional story. You know, like maybe even use the my dialogue system for like a Twine style like interactive fiction. And that way I wouldn't have to like, that way I wouldn't just get so distracted by like all the technical stuff and all the movement stuff, because that tends to be what drives me the most insane. Of like, specifically like movement bugs. I mean, this game, I've been working on the movement. I mean, I tried to finalize the movement in the first 2 weeks of development. And, you know, 2.5 years later, I'm still fiddling. I mean, eventually it's going to be more than 2.5 years. We're at 2 3/4 years at this point. But, you know, I'm still fiddling with the movement. But I think now, at this point, I think making this movement demo is kind of me being like, okay, this is going to be the final version of the movement in the game. You know, barring whatever suggestions or whatever feedback makes the most sense that I get from people playing the demo, it'll just be this. No more big, like, rewrites, attempts at simplification, attempts at fixing the bugs with some bold new direction and architecture. As janky as this system is, it's good enough. And so now I need to focus on, like, making the content and, like, making actually interesting content that motivates me. So to go to the other second thing. So the setting is too serious and alien. Basically, I've made a bunch of kind of arbitrary decisions of like, oh, the game takes place in a Muslim country and stuff like that, where it's like, these are now things where if like I get it wrong, it's actively disrespecting other people's cultures, but it's not a culture that I'm familiar enough with to have any sort of meaningful like insights into. So like it's not like, so it'd be very difficult to make a meaningful commentary, and because it's based on real stuff, it'd be like you know, insulting if I don't take it seriously. So I think it would be probably injecting more surrealism into it, because that tends to be like what I like in humor, of just absurdist worlds and stuff like that. And that could also sort of preempt any sort of criticisms of like representation or whatnot, where it's like, oh, the world is nonsensical anyway, or like the world is you know, this very bizarre, surreal world, so it's probably some artistic license that he got, you know, X and Y detail wrong, when in reality I just got it wrong. So that'd be an option of just maybe just taking, because I have a whole bunch of ideas. So let's go to like writing. Where's ideas? So like, well, one, every single one of these text files is like a thing. But then there's also like all of this stuff that I've wanted to do, and I just haven't done any of it. So I could probably just do like, make it funnier by like, implement some of my sillier ideas to test them, do more research, because I have, and the other direction is basically to just take it more seriously, and like, you know, you can write what you know, but you can know more things, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to just make a story about the like contours of my own navel. I can like examine other people's navels and make a whole new like story. Well, not whole new story. Basically just augment what I have here with actual knowledge, because I already have books. So read the books I have. Find some like documentaries. Seem interesting. I don't know, actually talk to other people. One of my crazier ideas was to take a vacation to Afghanistan. Apparently, it's actually safer to travel there now because, you know, there's no longer an active conflict because the Taliban won. Like, no offense to the US, but they did. So, well, I mean, no offense. I guess no offense to anybody because it's just factually true. Like, nobody's debating that anymore. But I don't think that'd be in the cards, simply because I have family that have, like, military clearance, and I couldn't travel to Russia for college because there was risks of kidnapping, because it's an adversarial country, and I'm pretty sure the Taliban is still, like, an adversarial country to the US. But that could be interesting, maybe traveling just somewhere else. But that's kind of like an extreme thing, because, you know, I'd be using like my vacation for like a year on like, you know, spending 2 weeks in the Middle East or something. That'd be kind of whack. But that is something that I've been thinking about, because that could be just a very enriching experience. But maybe the better option is to just, like, I don't know, volunteer as an ESL instructor again. Because that was kind of what motivated this entire, like, game setting in the first place. I used to teach ESL for a group of, Kurmanji refugees from the Yazidi religion. Which I think is also why the country is called Yakaz, and they're called the Yakazi. To the point where I actually sometimes mix up the two, which is kind of fucked up. Like, mixing up the name of an actual culture of refugees and like a religious group versus like my made-up video game setting. But I can just put that something neat, like, that'd be a nice way to like get my brain activated, shake off the crust. All right. But so these are kind of the two things of like, I'm uncomfortable writing on stream. I struggle to think of ideas for the game. I'm worried my ideas, or the ideas I have, will be bad. So like the game's overall structure, can I actually execute on it? So as I've said before, you know what, let's actually put the game back to like where it was. So let's go to the scene, no, the shader preload. Let's make this the main scene again. In fact, we can actually drag and drop now all of this stuff into here. What if I just put, I'm trying to think what I could do. I know what to do. Grab these particles. Because this, it's funny, this, the shader preload that I made for the demo is actually better than the main game's shader preload system. But okay, what was I actually saying? Right. The structure of the game is all about like how it's an open world game, but because all of these side quests feed into the player's memory, or the player character's memory of her mom, and then alter the AI, it's like that's the central pillar of the game's narrative. But the problem is, I still have questions about like how the pacing is going to be. So like there's really basic things of like, is this actually even a good structure for an open world video game where you go around doing these side quest stuff and then you actually play, or like, you know, go back to a central location. Is this? There we go. I'm basically just going to be like running around, or like riding around like this for the time being. Because this is more just like visual aid and like hand stimulation for me. Speaking of, I need a little less ear stimulation though. Okay, that's about good. But so I guess I've tried to do it before where I make these those proof of concept scenes. And I was starting to do that, but I think it's just, it's too boring in these proof of concept. If we go proof of concept. So, you know, running around in here, like all of these NPCs are like the main guys. And I think, well, I think that was kind of what I needed to do. I think I can just keep going with that. I'll put that in here. So like, thinking about the medium's interaction with the story. So that's like, make the proof, or like up the story demo, or like story, what have you. What is it even called? story outline in the gray void. What should I call this? What the hell did I just press? Am I like pressing the wrong buttons? Why are my buttons not working? Okay, what I wanted to do was Control A, Control X. Let's just put this in ideas. So that way I don't have to make a new text document. Yeah, I think finishing up the story in the gray void would be good for me. Probably one of those things I just have to do off stream because it'll be really dry and really spoiler filled. And like that's kind of like the worst way to spoil things, is like to just have like a really dull version of a plot point. Because I've talked about before, I'm kind of mixed on, well, I still am sort of dubious on like the risks or downsides of spoilers. But I do know I do know some people wouldn't want spoiler, like to be spoiled on the story. But okay, and I guess the other thing is the dialogue mechanics. Are they too confusing? So I guess the solution would be to just make a simple story demo. Or like make a standalone story demo. That's probably just something that I really need to do. Because I talked about making a vertical slice. I might even need to make a vertical slice of the vertical slice. Like I did with the movement demo. Where basically I just have some sort of standalone little vignette. You enter it, you do some fun little investigation, completely divorced from the actual game story. And then that can like help the player understand the point of the mechanics. Might be fun. Maybe some sort of like cliched setting. Like I'm imagining a train and there's a murder on the train, very familiar setting there. And then you just investigate who killed who on the train. That could be fun. Maybe I'd make it more tied to the setting though, like more, so it'd have to be more science fiction. Well, would it be? I guess I should think about that. Of like, there's a lot of things that I would like to do, but I guess, no, there's a lot of things I would have liked to have done. As in, I like the idea of saying like, oh, it is based on classic science fiction, or it has like deep political commentary or whatever. But then I think like, do I actually want to make a thing that does those things? You know, it's like the idea of like, if somebody says, I'm gonna make the biggest video game ever. It's like, it's one thing to say that, and it would certainly be cool to be able to tell people that you've done that, but would it actually be fun to do that? If that makes sense. Will it actually be fun to like put one polygon after the other in the biggest arrangement that any human being has ever made? Or like in the case of this game, like would it actually be fun to write the type of story that I say I want to write? Because I've talked about how I don't really know if I have the chops for sort of dramatic writing, which is kind of what is left in the game. I have, I think, decent chops for comedy writing, and that's from like actual like competitive, mostly from competitive speaking. I know that I can do relatively well with that, but I don't know, like I don't have any experience with actually writing dramatic things and getting like actual opinions from other people. That'd be a good thing to put down. Like, am I actually good at drama? I guess the solution is just write some drama. Because, yeah, that's something that I just haven't written at all in this game. There's no emotional stakes. I mean, I've written plenty of, like, physical stakes, like Jackie getting arrested and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I just need to do some writing tests on my own. Of, like, can I make a story, like... Let's just say that, like, can I make a scary story? I know. Let's even write these as statements. Write a sad story. You know, so just... If I want emotions, and want to run the gamut of emotions, how do I do that within this setting? And I think I should also figure out, like, how is this going to impact my deadline for the game? Because I've been thinking I'll probably make it... I might extend the deadline for this past 2 story stuff to December 31st. And then the vertical slice would be like May 31st, and then the final version of the game would be like October 2025, or no, October 2026. Because the deadline before was March 2026. So then it would no longer be a nice round 4 years, but oh well, that was probably not going to happen anyway. I'd rather have the game take a finite amount of time than an infinite amount of time. And I should probably also think on, like, collaboration. Because I don't think this is a game that is feasible for me to make on my own. I mean, that's been obvious for a while. I guess if I just make it very low density. Which, I mean, the game exists as it is already. And I've heard people say that it's fun enough that they've, like, rolled around for a few hours. So that could be good enough for me. And I guess I should be, like, aware of that as well. Like, the game doesn't have to be some, you know, gigantic Omega project that takes, like, 500 people to make. Or even something that takes 5 people to make. It could just be what it is now, plus, like, you know, a year and a half worth of work from me. And so then I could figure out, like, what is the year and a half of work that I should be doing? Because there's lots of things that I want to do. Like, I look at this place and I'm like, I would really love to make the buildings look like they're not made of garbage. And, like, make it look like it's not just a bunch of poorly modeled stuff from Blender. But that might not be in the cards. That might just be a waste of time. Or, well, you know, a waste of time relative to everything else in the game. And so I should just let it be what it is. Maybe make, like, another texture with some blue on it, since this place is called Chaisbury, which is, like, from the Georgian name for the color teal, I'm pretty sure. You know, and then I can focus on, like, you know, what are the things that I will actually do. And I think also task management is a thing. So, like, let's say, like, decide or estimate what I can actually do on my own in the next 2 years. And then, like, I don't know, probably, like, talk to people. Because one of the big things is music, which I think, because it's simultaneously something that's extremely important for a game, and also, like, a thing where I would be the most skeptical to trust somebody else because they basically have like the keys to the emotional castle of the game. You know, of like completely, you know, the ability to just direct the emotional tone of basically every part of the game. Also, I have a bad habit of just like reviewing the things that I made or making things like that that are obviously not like up to the final quality. Like that looks just bad. Like I think it's because I'm too determined or too self-conscious to like make the obvious decisions on things. Like it should have just been squares. It would have looked better as just squares. I tried to do something weird with the spirals and it just doesn't work. Maybe as like a little accent it would, but yeah, just make it boxes. I'll just put, you know what? Put that down here, too. Of like, too hoity to just do the obvious thing. Stop trying to look smart. That's a thing that I tend to do with, I think, a lot of creative projects tend to fall apart because I'm, like, overcomplicating it in a, like, desperate attempt to make things look smarter. Ah, there's a bug. Move to position in base null instance. Ah. Which junk is this? Crown. You know what? Let's fix this while I'm here. So we need... So, which one of these guys are scheduled, actually? Right, both of these guys. NPC guard, NPC guard. NPC... I guess I can just add. NPC nav. Does anybody else have any sort of schedule? No, okay. Oh, that's not gonna... Ah, well, okay. Good enough. Let's save here and see if they actually start up properly. Oh, wait. Let's go back to the world. Okay, so what are the other things? I guess I'm very prone to a lot easier said than done. Because nothing I'm saying here is particularly new. I just still haven't done it. And I think that's one of the, like, one of my, like, most annoying behaviors is the fact that I'll often, like, I feel like I'm pretty good at pinpointing why I don't do things, and then just not, doing the things. That's also why I've been trying to put, like, actionable solutions to the problems. In fact, I should be doing that for, like, what sort of exercises could I do for that? I guess just actually do the things. I know. I come up with ideas faster than I can implement them. Just, like, don't browse dude shorts so much. I think that'd be a good solution. Because like I said, I tend to spend way too much time on YouTube. In fact, it's gotten... Recently I've started realizing, like, oh wait. Capture broke. It must be something to do with alt-tabbing. It's weird. Oh wait, I keep pressing the wrong button. Take your time, video game. Golly. As I was saying, I've gotten recently into the habit of being like, wait, I don't actually care about this video, and then just closing it and doing something else. And that's been a good mindset to get into, because I would just like compulsively watch things on YouTube. What? Holy shit, the video game is just not functioning. Okay, video game. Try your best. Try your best to start, video game. Also, it seems like I should do these like tours more often, since this bug was probably here for like weeks. Okay, now they seem to work. Yeah, it was from that refactor that I did where I added the NPC nav node, and that was like probably like a month ago now. At least 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I need to do like my regular rounds. But that's just another thing that I kind of need to, well, I don't know. I also have a bad habit of just like re-watching things that I do, or like replaying things that I've made and stuff like that. Man, the terrain over there is kind of fucked up. Oh, it must be the data transfer isn't compatible anymore, because I didn't regenerate the mesh. I just have it like, or the terrain LODs are not generated properly anymore. Yeah, I also have a bad habit of simultaneously not finishing things that I started and spending too long on individual object, or like individual tasks. Like, it's a very confusing like situation. Because I feel how exactly are both of those true now that I think about it? Wow. I should just make these, I should just readjust these things so that they're actually like climbable in the video game. I mean, because I guess if you just climb them like that, it's just the ledge jump doesn't work quite right. And that might be one of the last like major changes I make to the movement system, is the ledge grab is still really temperamental, and it doesn't snap to the ledge quite like I'd like it to. Like, it's very easy to like clip in or like extend out a little bit too far. Well, there it's working pretty nicely. Hang on, it's getting a bit uncomfortably warm in this office. I'm gonna lower the heater. It's like I raise it up to like 65, or it's like I change it from like 65 to 66 degrees, and then it's like 80 at my desk. It's like it can either be like 55 degrees or 85 degrees in this office, and there's no in between. I think also, I tend to procrastinate on the funnest ideas because I'm worried. I guess maybe because I'm worried they'll be bad. Tend to procrastinate, or like tend to put off my best ideas because I'm like self-just or something. Just don't do that. Like, just don't, like, I think at a certain point, a lot of these behaviors, I just have to acknowledge them and then like not do the bad behavior. You know? Why is there's something over there that's gone wrong? I can see it. Oh, I remember what that was. That was a funny cube. I had to put that cube there to like align. Hang on, let's fix that. Yeah, let's go to, what is that, 052? This is a good use of this little tour time. Fix some easy low-hanging bugs. Feel good about myself. Okay, so it's basically a tool for alignment. Because I was doing something like, yeah, aligning him against the floor somewhere. Oh yeah, it was because I was aligning all of the prompts for the doors. So that way they're all the same height, and they're still not the same height. Did I, like, forget? What the fuck is that? Oh, I see. They are the same height, they're just, like, at different, like, X positions. Or, you know, X, Y, you know, on the horizontal plane. Who knew? But okay. So what are the other bad habits that I need to fix? I mean, I guess I kind of went through all this stuff. I think it is just going to be doing more work off stream. You know, either researching or actually just writing. And then what should I be doing on stream, though? If the main priority is to just write the game. I mean, I guess I can just use this time to not even work on the game. Like, I can just do, like, the gameplay streams or, like, other development projects or something. That could be... I could do, like, the game jams. You know, like, do a game jam on stream, and off stream I'm, like, writing the game and, like, getting really, you know, involved with the project off stream. That could be a good idea. Because I have been thinking I need, like, a little, like, desk toy, stream gimmick. Because I had the bingo card for a while, and that was fun. And I want something else like that, because I also was playing the game, Earth Tongue on the sidebar there. Like, I still have the little... That's not the right thing. That's the wrong thing. Which one is it anyways? This one? Okay. There's nothing in the sidebar, though, so it didn't show up on stream. But there is a little sidebar that can show up that I play with things on stream. So I could make one of those. So that'd be some kind of simulator type thing. That wouldn't really be the right type of creative juice, though. Because I talked about this before as well, where, like, a long time ago, I said that I was going to stop playing, or that I didn't play as many of those, like, creative games like Factorio or Cities Skylines anymore, because I felt like that was basically just the same creative energy as developing the game. But now I've realized that's kind of exactly the point. Like, creative games are why I, like, create things, because they're an easy environment to create, and as you create, you get motivated to create. Like, it's not like a finite resource. You know, motivation is not something you consume as you get motivated. When you create things and it works out, that just motivates you to create more, so I should be putting myself in environments where I create things and enjoy things. So I could start doing more, like, creative games, or, like, development-adjacent games on stream. You know, something like a Cities Skylines, or, like, I don't know, simulation type things, creative type things. Oh yeah, and also, because I've been, like, hot reloading the game, the thread for loading things in the background died, which is why everything is, like, loading when we're 5 feet away from it. So thankfully that's not a bug in the game, but that is an annoying bug, like, in the editor. But I don't want to reload it again. It was such an ordeal to start the game from the editor last time. Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea as well, rather than doing game projects, because I have a bad habit of catastrophically exploding the scope of game projects, such as this game, which was originally intended to be implemented in 1 month and is now going to be implemented in 4.5 years. You know what? I'm also going to hide my debug stuff, so let's go to the player. Hide that by default. Back to normal, as it should be. So let's say task management. I often forget things, or I often forget tasks associated with certain places. I have ideas in several places, like my to-do list, my phone, this list, etc. So just like make time to organize them. So I used to have, like, for a few months during the development of this, I had, like, my daily schedule of, like, I'm going to fix one bug, and then I'm going to write one conversation and make one model, and then do whatever else I have planned. And that was a good idea, I think. I should probably... And then I just stopped doing that when I was like, okay, I'm going to focus specifically on, like, making the first pass of the game, which was also a good idea. But I can probably do both. You know, where I, like... you know, have just a daily loop based on what my current priorities are. And also, you can just blast through this area. Oh, not quite. Where should I be? Terrain, Tron, skirts. I'm also kind of just doing a, alright, let's go to 109. 97. Oh yeah, this is the first time that I'm using my new finite ammo. Man, now I can't actually get up here without, like, some sort of cave or something. Well, actually, easy. If the game is too hard, simply cheat at it. What would be cheating for developing the game? I guess in my mind that would be, I don't know, hiring somebody else to write the game. Because I've always imagined that as being like making a canvas for somebody else to paint on. But given how much I really enjoy, like, making tools, but not so much making content, maybe I should make a canvas for somebody else to paint on. You know, because do I even like the idea of being, like, a solo creator anymore? Because to me, now what it says is I didn't want to collaborate with somebody. Or, like, I was nervous about collaborating with somebody. Which is true. But not really like the... You know, it's no longer the sort of genius thing that I imagined when I was in high school, like creating a game on your own. Because you can create quite a lot on your own nowadays. And it's kind of old news. Like, you know, Cave Story came out a long time ago now. You know, because the real cool thing is the collaboration and the human spirit. Hang on. I need to jump up here. This is very important to me. We need to get back into the spooky tree area. I think, you know what? I'll just have... So, I said, like, the easy idea. So, just write the things I think are too dumb be worth writing. Because I have a lot of ideas that I like in other fiction, but when I think about them for this story, I'm like, oh no, I should do something smarter than that. Like, oh, that's too obvious. But it's like, you know, it's sort of like the analogy that I think of is the 4 chords of pop, where a lot of pop music from like the 80s to today use the same 4 chords in a loop, and they all sound the same, but it's like they do that because it sounds good. Like, because like when I was learning guitar, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to just play whatever sounds right to my ear, and then I played the 4 chords. Like, I discovered it independently just because that's what I liked listening to. And so it's like there's a lot of things that are basically like the 4 chords of writing, or at least of like video game narratives that I think are deep, where I'm like, oh, well, that's going to be too obvious because everybody's done that. And it's like, well, they do it because it's good. You know, sort of like, I remember recently I was overhearing some other developers talking about, like, you know, it's kind of bad advice to tell people to not make a 2D platformer or like a 2D Metroidvania or whatever, because people keep making them because people keep buying them, because people like playing them. So it's like, make the thing that you want to, you know, enjoy, and odds are other people will also want to enjoy it. And for this, it'd be kind of just basically like, I don't know, incomprehensible Undertale style meta adjacent lore stuff, which I always think of as like, oh, that's kind of too easy, but I still like it. So it's like, well, fuck me, I should probably just do the things I like, even as just a test exercise, because I can always just complicate it later. You know, that's the cool thing about writing. You can just delete it and do it again if you don't like it, especially if it's not released yet. Actually, that's a good... I'll put that down on my to-do list as like, I can just delete it if I don't like it. You know, you should always think about that in your video game. Okay, so this... Oh yeah, he's gonna kill us. Let's sleep. Also, sleeping does not have nearly enough tutorialization. I guess that'll be up for the viewers, or the players, to decide, because I'll have to do that vertical slice soon. Well, I guess I said May 31st, so not really soon anymore. Like 7 months from now. And I guess I should be more honest about what can I get done by December 31st. You know, actually, what is the minimum amount of work that I could get done to where I feel like I could release the game? Because I can have... You know, when I play games on, like, itch.io, I tend to have very low expectations of, like, this game is almost enough where I would play it and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty neat. You know, it's not quite to that point, though. It's to the point where I'd be like, oh, I wish they, like, finished it. So, like, what do I need to be like, oh, that's pretty neat? Man, I can't type. I'm curious how many people are even watching this. My goodness, like 2 people. That's a record. No, I think what is my record? I think my record is still like 26 concurrent viewers or something. So not super high. Well, whatever. It is literally just me, like, roaming around the game world, like, talking to myself, instead of, like, doing things or making any effort to, like, interact with an audience or anything. What even do I have to work on stream today? Like, once I get done with this conceptualizing. I might just, like... You know, once I've talked myself out, I might just call it a day and then just switch to, like, Sea of Stars some more. Alright, I guess in other news, while I'm not even talking about the game, my other, like, non-game devlog video, I've now finished it, or I've now, like, recorded all the shots, and I'm doing a few, like, reworks of very specific, like, visual shots. Because I divided it into 200 quote-unquote shots of, like, you know, basically any visual aid or any clip was its own shot. And that was a very nice way of organizing it, because now I have a list of, like, 16 or 17 of those that I want to rework or add things to and, like, clarify stuff with. Yeah, now I'm just going back and forth. Let's go to, like, Armstrong. No, the other guy. No, this is, yeah, Redford is the one that I'm going up to here. Yeah, so I think my main priorities should be doing, like, planning more stuff off stream. Doing some, like, enrichment activities for myself on stream, potentially, of, like, as I was saying, like, game jams, other creative projects, other games that are, like, creative focused. Alright, well, let's play through this. Why not? Okay, over. Yeah. He doesn't have much to do. And we don't either. I guess I could also just be more willing to, like, drop what I'm currently doing, but then make a note to come back to it. I think that's where I think that's my bad habit. Because I was saying before of, like, you know, I simultaneously don't finish things, but also am, like, way too hard, like, get way too stuck on the current task at hand. And I think it's because I don't have a very good ability to, like, come back to things. So, like, I just don't switch tasks. So I'll just say, like, inability to, or, like, difficulty switching between tasks, especially returning to almost complete work. So let's say, like, maybe I need to have a special, like, queue view of my work. Tasks on hold. You know, like, basically, like, where I'm like, oh, you know, I'm kind of stuck on this Captain Redford quest. I should go, you know, I'm going to go do something else. Or, like, or I'm like, oh, you know, this was important, but not as high priority as some other thing. So then I put this down in, like, a specific section of, like, a list or a note or something. And then I'm like, once I get done with that other task, I'm like, okay, what was I doing before this? Oh, forgot the thing. There we go. And currently he's kind of broken because he doesn't have any like nav mesh in here. And I'm just gonna kind of speedrun this to just for the sake of pushing buttons, really. Do I have an item? Eh. Yeah, because like this quest is still not actually done. Like, for example, there's lots of things that are janky, like the fact that he doesn't navigate the area properly, but also the fact that like you need to like use these keys here, and it's really hard to interpret like what's happening with those. And then the fact that there's literally no like puzzle or like emotional interest to this quest at all, even though it's supposed to be like this sort of like haunted house Resident Evil style thing. And it's like, well, I mean, it's just boring though. You just use the item. It's like, imagine Silent Hill, but it's just the puzzles. And that's kind of what this is. But then there's not even like puzzles to solve, it just tells you what the puzzle is, because I didn't bother like making the environmental stuff that's all confusing or anything. Okay. But let's complete the video game. Because yeah, I think maybe I need to write even like a lore Bible. Because I think there's also inconsistency with the lore world building. So just like write a Bible. You know, just some ultimate compendium of all of the things that I think are true of this game. Like, what is the actual timeline of events? What is the actual, like, lore for Jackie's mom and Jackie herself and, like, all of the stuff here and, like, all the characters? And then there's no follow-up for that. So, yeah. Lots of stuff where there's just no follow-through. Let's put that. I just didn't finish. Or like, stuff just doesn't conclude. Do that then. Yeah, just another thing where it's like, now that I've identified the behavior, the solution is to simply like make, you know, not have the bad behavior. You know, this isn't like a therapy session where we're like diagnosing some like incurable mental illness. This is just a list of things to do for a complicated task. And like behaviors that would be better if I did the behavior a different way. Let's see. And there is still, I'm thinking there is still NaNoWriMo. I have time to write a novel. That could be a fun project of like basically using up the rest of this month for something else instead of this. Because I have sort of been in the like half working, half not working state. So like make dedicated or like time for breaks, dedicate time for work. Because yeah, like I said, a lot of the time I spend in sort of like a half procrastinating, half working state where I don't feel relaxed or productive. So I think it's always good to be like, okay, I am going to work for these hours of the day, and I'm going to work for these days of the month. and then I'm going to work for these months of the year, and then I'm not going to work on these other times, and I'm going to like do something that is like enriching and fun and satisfying. I see some funny guys up here. Right, because I have the door here. And yeah, this is another place where basically I got to kind of the like actually like putting the emotional interest into it. I think that's my big problem with Riley's quests right now. She has these interesting quests that like go through different ruins in different parts of the world, but then there's absolutely no emotional content to it. Because that's just stuff that I'm not comfortable writing on stream, and I haven't established any sort of like habit of working off stream. Oh, I forgot that the textures are different for the low res versions, and the stairs aren't textured. Ah well. Things that I just need to fix. When did these stop being textured? When did I change? Like, what did I change? Oh, right. It was because I reorganized everything in the Blender scene, and so all of the stairs I just haven't gotten around to texturing again. Yeah, I think redoing the materials here, it gives a little bit more life to it. I think it'll be nice to actually go through this place as like the vertical slice, because it is kind of like one of the uglier places. You know, it was a good idea to have the different brick textures for like the outer wall, inner wall, and buildings, but I just need to pick like good textures, you know? Okay, the frame rate's chugging along here. So let's go to one of the caves. That'd be fun. I haven't been to the caves in a while. Speaking of, because those are a thing that I've kind of like dropped for a while. Like, very early in development, I was doing a lot of work on those caves, and now I've just kind of like, just completely cut them out of the game loop. Yeah, I feel like a lot of, well, basically like the first year of development kind of is a wash. Like the only thing that's still here from, well, I guess a lot of stuff is still here from that, but like the vast majority of work that I made during that time is just deleted now. Because there's mostly the levels and stuff, and now and none of them were good, first of all. And like none of them were particularly important to the game either. So I guess I should put that at being like be willing, or I guess just like, yeah. Be willing to iterate and delete bad work. Because I think a lot of it would have been a lot better if I was just like immediately like, nah, this isn't working, delete it, do it again, instead of trying to make it work. Right, hang on. You know what? Let's save and try this again, where I just go to the world. It's going to take 25 minutes to load up because it has to like reconstruct it from base atoms and resimulate the entire universe from the Big Bang to now. And eventually I need to fix the navigation. I think I need to do like a whole like dedicated test system for it, where like I even examine like the A-star algorithm that it uses, because I think there's just something wrong with the actual navigation algorithm, like where it cannot fully navigate the nav mesh. And if that's the case, I mean, that won't be that bad, because I've written A-star algorithms before. They're not really terribly complicated. Like, I mean, it's just a Dijkstra's algorithm with a heuristic function. It's not like it's rocket science. Let's see. Godot is not participating right now. The whole computer is freezing. Maybe we'll just go to the shader preload and load this instead. I think this participates a bit better. I think it's because the game starts up in a really small scene, and then that forces it to load the bigger scene. Allegedly. I mean, it's not doing so hot. There we go. Yeah, I'm also going to check, how does this script work? So I think it should do this. So if flag's greater than max flag, actually let's do if done loading. Or let's do done loading equals full. Well, hang on. If flags greater than max flags and done loading. Basically, I'm just going to make it reiterate every frame instead of like waiting a long time. So that way it can like run through that shader recompilation stuff multiple times. Now I'm thinking, what was I? Oh yeah, my plan was to go to the caves. Because yeah, we got a lot of placeholder stuff. But yeah, I think that's going to be my big quest off stream, is to add that sort of emotional content and really just focus in on like making side quests that stand alone as like short stories, basically. Where like I want to, I think what I'll do, let's do like, where is this? I'm worried the ideas I have will be bad. I struggle to think of ideas for the game. Not utilizing existing ideas. So like, right? Ideas about the medium. Right? Or right? Let's just say write about the medium, write about Jackie. Right? About Yakaz. About Tara. And Tara's Jackie's mom. Right? About the world at large. Go through existing characters and write about them. You know, like every person in the world is, you know, a worthwhile individual who has like, you know, all of the like things of a human experience. You know, the people around them and their own life and stuff like that are like all things that are worth exploring. See, is there anything in here? Oh yeah, I deleted the stuff that used to be here. There used to be a deadly pit. Why did I delete that? I guess it's just because I went through on my little rampage, deleting everything. Because yeah, the fact that reflection probes didn't work as well was driving me fucking insane. I still don't understand how that doesn't work. I need to like really examine those, because like I made what I thought were like perfectly good test scenes of like, you know, in this one we have more than 16 reflection probes, and even though the reflections don't work now, you know, now there's a new system to like make it so the ambient light works. And here's one where, you know, we have more than 16 reflection probes, but they're loading and unloading properly and successfully. And for some reason, I could just never get it working. Oh yeah, this area does not like function anymore. Or basically, I guess it technically never functioned with this little stamina. Like, you need to have a bunch of extra stamina. Wow. The video game did not participate there. Properly grounded. Invalid get index state. Oh, do we never get the players? Why are we here? Oh, because it's, let's do, like, if not player, set process false, return. And then we can do, like, unholster as, like, set process true. Basically, in the game, the guns are always processing, even when they're not being held by the player, and I think that was the issue. Right, that makes sense, because this is now the time when I'm loading in. And I think I somehow actually... Oh, wait. You know what? Let's just put the scene back to the proper scene. So, run... Get the regular shader preload. That is, oh, not in test. That one. Now I can just press F5. And all is right with the world. Back to the default state of being. And let's see how this feels, because it should now be a little more... or a little less, well, it shouldn't freeze like this anymore, but it does. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'll wind up making it behave a lot more like my little demo scene. You know what, let's do that. Basically, get like, where's my little load thing? This thing. Put that on top of our color rectangle. Why did that not work? There we go. So let's just say, like, let's just delete this one. And let's make it similar to, like, let's close other tabs and then open this tab, because we're going to make it almost exactly the same as this one now. Oh, wait. I guess not, actually. Let's do var scene act scene, and then function, let's do like function load, and this will be like var scene equals load this, call deferred, finish loading, finish loading. Oh wait, no, the reason that I didn't do this was because the thread would regularly crash for some reason. Oh well. Let's do like var load thread, and we don't even need max flags here. Thread. So let's start this like pass here. Var load. Right, and also let's do like c dot one shot equals false, maybe. hang on. Oh wait, that makes sense. To have max const max flags equals 128. This equals that. This equals that. And then we use scene. And then we don't even need that. Because we're just going to do done loading equals true. There. And then like load thread equals thread dot new load thread dot start self load. So now what it should do, oh, self. Have you ever made a 2D platformer? I have a few little prototype 2D platformers. I guess once I get this loading, I could show those off. That could be fun. Okay, let's see. Okay. So it seems like most of the time is just switching the game over to that other scene. So it doesn't gracefully switch over yet. I guess maybe it never will, but oh well. But okay, that seems to work. Okay. Oh, thank you. I need to save what I've done. Thanks. Various fixes. Oh wait, do I have any 2D? I guess I do have a 2D platformer demo here in Godot 3. The other one is in Godot 4, actually. Yeah, let's see. Where is this one? Yeah, I can't do... I don't have the ability to do too much specifically. Oh, wait. Hang on. This needs to be on this... But I can at least show you what I've done with this one. So, the main thing... Actually, I wonder if I can improve the debug stuff, because right now there's some jank with that. Yeah, I'll show you what the script looks like for the player. Because I use a sort of very simple state machine type thing where I just have an enum for the state. So we can be in the air, on the ground, hanging on above. I think this is just ledge hanging or sliding down slopes. And so that simplifies the logic of like, all you have to think about is what state are you in right now? So like, what does that mean for like, how do you move? And then like, how do you get out of this state? You know, so like in the ground state, if you touch ground that is too steep, you enter the slide state. And then from the slide state, you can like obviously exit out of that into other things. Can I? There we go. Yeah, I guess. What sort of question do you have about scripting? Yeah, if it's something general enough, I'll probably be able to figure out, or give you at least some pointers on what it could be. I forgot, the movement in this game is kind of interesting, because you can gain momentum from sliding down things, but then the ledge grab doesn't seem to work very well. Do I do F1 to reset? I do. Didn't I have some sort of, you know what, let's make this a tour of old games. I think I had some other Oh yeah. I was also doing weird stuff with densities. So like custom shaders that do weird stuff. So all these little stalactites are completely fake. Let's see, the issue I'm having is that I have crouch and crouch walk, but then when I crouch walk and then let go of walk, it does the crouch animation from the start. Okay. Let's see. So that would basically be, I think that might be more your logic for transitioning from one state to another. Because I know for At the Ends of Eras, which was the 3D game, I wound up needing to have certain logic that only triggers when you exit a certain state and enter it. Let's see, let's take a look at this. This is just some code here. Let's copy this whole thing. Can I copy this? How do I copy this? Let's get some syntax highlighting here. So if input is action just pressed crouch, crouch, if just released crouch stand. If is crouching. So what I would probably do... Interesting. So where do you do your animation for entering the crouch state? Would it be this one, actually? No, because it seems like these are like the loops for crouching. Yeah, what you might need is to look into the animation tree. Well, what would I do? Though it might be a bit overkill. But what you could do is basically like, let's go back to GD script. Crouch. It'd be like sprites.play crouch .play sprite.q, or maybe you need to like have like a start crouch animation and then like crouching, and then what you can do is like if crouching, you do that. And so basically like both your crouch walk and your crouching but standing still would both have this like Boolean flag be true. And then that way, I guess you could also actually, I guess you'd probably have to do it like this way, else. Oh wait. And yeah, and I guess for your instance, you could probably get away with just having one frame of animation for the like idle crouch. Because it sounds like it's basically the way it works right now is you have that crouching animation. So right now it's like if crouching, it does start crouch and then else idle. Yeah, because I imagine the way that your game works right now is when you press the crouch button and you're standing still, it plays that crouching animation and then it freezes on the last frame. And basically, I imagine it'd probably be easier to make it work with the walking and crouching. Oh, okay. Okay. So it does loop. So is it going from a standing pose to the crouching pose, and then it's doing that over and over? So if you're crouch walking and then let go of the direction but hold crouch, it resets the crouch animation when I want it to be in crouch idle. Okay. Yeah, I would basically make two animation. I imagine it doesn't have currently two animations for like, one is from like going from the standing pose to the crouching pose, and then the other is just in the crouching pose. And then you would just check if you're already crouched. Like if you're going from standing to crouching, you play the one to actually like crouch down. I mean, you just check if you're crouched. Like you just write the code that does it. Or you just have a Boolean flag that you set when you crouch, and then you check if it's crouched by checking the Boolean flag. But alright. So now I'm thinking. Speaking of thinking, now I'm in a tech mood, or a tech fixing mood. What other bugs do I have? Jackie's hands still have messed up textures in the inventory screen. Okay, so instead of crouching, I've if crouched and set the flag. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because yeah, it sounds like right now, crouching treats stopping moving and going from standing to crouching as basically the same thing, like that you're entering this crouched standing still state. Where basically you need to have two different checks. Yeah, I mean, I would personally just use a... I mean, admittedly, I don't even think I would have a separate state for crouch walking and crouching. But yeah, like, for example, in this game, like, at a certain level of complexity, a state machine just becomes really useful. Because, like, I have, like, dozens and dozens of different, like, states the player can be in. So it's really useful to just model it as, like, okay, I'm in this state. How do we, like, enter this state? What happens when we enter it? How do we exit this state? Things like that. But if you just have, like, crouching, standing, and jumping, you can get away with not using that. Because it's basically all about managing complexity, where, like, a state machine has some level of complexity just up front, but then it makes everything, but then it makes, like, more and more states easier to add. Yeah, like, for example, if I was just making a little guy who, like, walks around and jumps. So why can you input in multiple keys for an input action? It can be useful. Basically, if you just want to have, like, multiple buttons to do the same thing. Let's see, do I have anything in the game? I mean, I guess I have, like, the keyboard and the controller inputs. Oh, you can't. Can we not actually? Actually, that's a good question, because I don't think I have anything that has multiple input buttons. Because, yeah, I guess... Oh, wait, I do have them here, actually. So if you go to input, you can only use one key. Did they change that in Godot 4? Because in Godot 3, you can just set multiple buttons to do the same thing. Where I just put the little plus... Do I have Godot 4 installed? I don't think I do. Yeah, you might have to ask somebody else about that, because that sounds like a Godot 4 thing. But not multiples for one input. Oh, do you mean like having like key combinations of like shifts and like, you know, like shift space versus space or something like that? Because I think that is something that isn't handled by the actions itself. You would basically just have, like, you know, if is action pressed and is other action just pressed. Because I think it does allow that. I think Godot 4 does allow those, but only for, like, tools, basically. So, like, Control S to save. So how do you do if and statement? I think you'll just have to look up, like, a Godot tutorial, or, like, GD script tutorial for things like that. Because that's more just getting into, like, writing the code to do the thing. Let's see. You know what? I'll also start working on bugs. Because I did say I'll do that. So not quest bugs. Yeah, no problem. So make base ground check if we should be crouching. I guess I could do that. Or bonk crouched. Should I do... Nah, I kind of fixed these already. I'm glad I can be helpful. Yeah, because admittedly I wasn't doing too much, so that might also be why I was able to help so much. Because I was doing more of a planning sort of stuff before you came in. Let's see. Let's not have those. Actually, let's remove this because it seems like my to-do list is still a bit confused about that. Do the Jericho Arena quest again. Make sure the red notifications show up. You know what? I'll do that. Well, is that a thing that I need to do now? Because I've also been thinking I might just completely cut this quest. Tune ledge grabbing some more. That's also like a... I don't really need that. Okay, and this one actually is done. Isn't it? Stand. Yeah, I do that now. Ensure the raycast to floor snapping always collides when the floor isn't too steep. Tune the ledge ref to actually put us to the ledge. Connect literally all signals via code, not the UI. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. I feel like the movement's pretty good in the game. It's been tricky to sort of like tutorialize it. Thanks, yeah. It was originally inspired by Jak and Daxter, and I realized when I went back to play it again that I had sort of unintentionally made my game a lot faster of like run speed and stuff. And I kind of prefer the faster movement speed. Oh. The lag ate my input. Actually, these houses are a lot bigger than I remember. Yeah, let's see. I think a little bit. Though admittedly not quite as fast as like a Sonic speed. Let's see. Double check the hologram material every time I mess with it. So this is more of an ongoing thing, isn't it? Because that was basically a bug where I keep breaking the same materials over and over again because I forget how they work. But okay, yeah, let's do signals. Well, I'll slowly do that. Like, let's go to the player. Because basically in Godot 3, if you ever have a script that has an error, it'll delete all of the connected signals. So I'll double check, like this signal, if this script ever has any error, this connection will disappear. But I guess this is actually on the base timer, so I don't really need to change that. I'll use that as my, like, baseline. So this one on round. So that goes to... Yeah, let's remove this. Init signals. So this will be standing ripple dot connect round self on. Okay. Round. There we go. So now that should be good. Actually, do any of these have any more signals? I might have done all of the signals now. Because I was already having so many issues with them that I've, like, completely replaced all of the player signals. Yeah, I think all the other player signals, except for this timer. You know what? While I'm doing that, though. So this is what? On dialogue timeout? Oh, wait, on dialogue timer timeout. There we are. So disconnect that. Just in case, for some reason, all of the timer signals get disconnected too. So yeah, that'll be a slow one. So hard to reproduce. Sometimes the game just starts up as a slideshow. NPCs try to ledge grab ceilings. The crash in the demo. More movement bugs player can catch on seams. Folding chairs murder frame rate when I walk into them. Let's exit this. Let's actually go to my movement demo. No, let's not play with the movement demo too much. Let's do test scene. Test world. So we already have lots of things here. Let's do a square platform. I'm going to try to figure out what exactly is, like, causing the player to kind of catch on, like, little seams like this. They, like, stop moving for a little bit. Oh, I see. Wait. Non-existent bool constructor. Or, let's just do that. Okay, so that seems perfectly fine. I mean, eventually I need to figure out the other bug, which is the fact that the player, like, hovers like 3 inches away from all convex colliders. Like, these ones, perfectly fine, because they're triangle meshes. And I think this... Yeah, this is a box shape. This is a sphere. No, this is not a sphere. Is it a sphere shape? Wait, how is this not... How is this fine? Is it just box shapes? My god, I think it's just box shapes. No, wait, no. It wouldn't just be box shapes. No, okay, so spheres are good. Okay, I think it's specifically not, it's not all convex colliders. It is box shapes and specifically, like, these convex mesh colliders. Also, for some reason, I can't, like, jump up on the moving platform. That was literally one of the things that this whole movement rework was trying to fix. So let's put that in, like, can't ledge jump up a moving platform, or on a platform going up. I mean, I guess I can literally just get the applied velocity from it. Let's do that. Because the entire, so ledge, jump. Where is ledge jump actually? So set ground null, state dot ledge jump applied velocity equals get local velocity of grab ledge. I guess this makes sense. And then we continue. Oh wait, that means that we should actually do, we shouldn't continue here. Because this is now different enough that we actually need to do this in a different order. We set the ground, apply the local. There we go. Oh wait, wrong button. I need to start the other scene. Oh. Wait, I thought I could ledge grab from the ground. I thought that was like a whole, like, an annoying bug. Okay, so now let's patiently wait for that to return. Okay, yeah, now I can do it. So now it applies that applied velocity, and there is a bit of a weirdness with, you can see the camera dips down as we do that, because it's sort of like catching up to the player. But okay. Now it works perfectly for vertical things. Does this have a horizontal component? No. Actually, let's see if this works still. Okay, yeah. So now... Oh. Let's try hopping right here. Okay. Wait, let's make sure that that applies horizontally. So, get this guy, loop. You are now going this way, little buddy. I think I got a plan for the future now. Okay, so now, look at that, it kind of works even. Okay, I'll say that's good. So player slides down a slope without entering the slide state. Enemies can push you around in dialogue. Bed frames can also kill the frame rate. Player can catch on seams. I mean, I don't see it now. Maybe I need to, like, very specifically design these. Maybe it needs to be, like, this or something. Where, like, they're, like, more downward. Or maybe the opposite, even. Because I might have to just put this into the, like, hard-to-reproduce bucket. Maybe it's triangle meshes specifically? And I mean... yeah, he can go that way. Because this is also still pretty janky, like these V-shaped places. Because like when you're standing, it's just fine. Like the game manages to do that. But then if you move any direction, it just can't figure out how to do it. And I think that was more of a... you know what? I'm going to bump it down to like a can't ship but would be ashamed. Probably hard to reproduce. This one's probably also there. The crash in the demo. I don't care that much. This one I definitely want to do. So folding chairs murder the frame rate when you walk into them. Bed frames also kill the frame rate. Let's fix those ones. So those are the folding chair. It just has way too much polygon density. Because if we look at the other chair, I had the exact same problem. That's the wrong thing. Chair? Modern chair? Chair Veiler? No. These are T-chair. That's what I want. Yeah, so if we like hide this mesh... oh, it's... okay. If we hide this mesh, here's the polygons that we're like running up against and getting killed by. Or that murder the frame rate. And I had the same problem here, and what I did was I made it like a really simple, like, it's just a plane. Like, there's no interior to any of this. And I tried to get around that, you know, having to hand model stuff, but I don't think that's going to be in the cards. We're just going to have to go through these. And so the bed frames also did the same thing, which, for obvious reasons... wow, this one, I don't even, like, subdivide it. That's a crime. And I suppose I could also do box colliders there. I won't do that. Okay, where is this actually? Environment furniture. Folding chair? Is it under... oh, wait, no. Oh, city, shop. Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay, so this... yeah, that's fine. This one, though... we should not have this... maybe we should even... oh, yeah, we already have a decimate. And it already... okay, so the I remember why this decimate was not added, because it doesn't work very well. Like, if I hide this... well, I mean... no, that's not going to be good enough. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have this as just a seat, and then we're going to have this as the chair. And we're gonna remove the, like, existing stuff here. Well, let's keep the mirror. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I see. Let's give this thing a new material. How do we... okay, there we go. This will be green. It'll be a beautiful shade of green. Took a while for Blender to, like, register and, like, remember that I exist. I want... Okay, there we go. I guess bug fixes will be another thing that'll be like a mainstay of this stream, even when I'm doing my other writing stuff. Just because, you know, it's never like, I never feel like vulnerable making a bug fix, even if I do badly at it. It's very different than like doing badly at writing, which I've talked about before on my devlogs. But okay, so I want a... this way, basically. Because I think it's also... it's much easier to forgive, like, a bad implementation than a bad idea. Where, like, if someone's like, oh, that was a good idea, it's just, it wasn't executed very well. You know, it's like, ah, well, c'est la vie. Where if something was poorly conceived, or like people feel it was poorly conceived from the very beginning, that makes a much more like, I don't know, negative perception of a person, of like, you're dumb. But okay, what do I want here? Do I want, you know what, I'll put little gaps in here. We're gonna do a plane of like 2, maybe? Yeah. Also, this is the first time in a while that my voice has actually gotten hoarse. I guess I'm just talking so much more. Alright, that's probably good enough. There we go, that's probably good enough. And then, we need the other furniture here. So this was T-chair, right? I think that'd be in Jackie, actually. Wait, no, it wouldn't be, because I'm not going to the T-chair. I'm going to the, furniture Sirdi, bed frame. Where would that be? Maybe in like... Maybe it would be in City. I don't know where it'd be. Okay, Sirdi, bed frame Sirdi. Maybe that's what I was missing, because I think I was looking for Sirdi underscore bed frame. Okay, yeah, that was what I was looking for. So yeah, here, this should definitely not be a, like, collision. It should be... Let's try the easy thing first, which is to do, like, a... I guess, mesh. Paste. What? How do we like... Wait, we can't paste things. How do we copy and then paste? I mean, I guess what I could do is I could just delete that. I think we can do an Alt-D, so I'll just redo this. So we just Alt-D, do bed frame call only, and then for this one, we do the bevel. And then geometry, shading, harden normals. And that way, we just have the exact same shape. So hopefully this time it's actually like a reasonable thing, because it seems like it's as little detail as is necessary to make the shape. Oh wait, yeah, okay. And are these... Wait, these don't export. What? Why do these not export? So this goes to project, GLB, furniture, no, environment, furniture. Okay. Remember export settings. I think it's because I wasn't actually like, for some reason it doesn't save these settings if I save without like editing something first. In fact, let's double check this one. Okay, so this one is correct. Okay, so let's get back to the bed frame. Okay, so this looks much better. It looks much less like detailed in terms of a polygon. So let's try that. TP, terrain, garage. Then we need to do it again. All right, and then we need to notebook into here. This is another place where like I don't have enough information right now. I think it's just because I don't commit. I'm always like, oh, I should just do visuals later. But like sometimes the visuals are what's going to dictate if something is even interesting. But okay, let's see if the bed frames. Hang on. No. I'm seeing the frame rate die. So we're already at pretty bad frame rates. We're at like 40 FPS. But if I touch this, you know, it's going down to like 20 FPS. Yeah, we can see you there. And let's make sure it's not the mattress itself by like going into one of these other rooms. Did none of them have the bed frame without the mattress? I thought they did. Man, look at how bad the frame rate is in here. Okay, let's go to the movement test. Or no, test world. We'll put some bed frames and we'll put some chairs. It's still crazy to think that this is like the first thing I ever modeled for this entire game's development. This was like day one of development of the game. And it's remained untouched ever since. But okay. I'm thinking a good way to test this. Just have like a V like this. And then also... Nah, I guess that's fine. Then let's get a folding chair. Because I may need to do the same thing that I did. Or I guess I could make it out of boxes. So like, you know, either I do the simple faces like this one. Okay, let's put it like here, so that way the player is forced to collide with two of them. And then, yeah, with this one. Okay, let's also see. So this chair now needs to be in the coat-like zone. So which, I guess this one. And then, so mesh path. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it automatically does what I want. Okay, let's try this again. So we'll see it, and hopefully the world is running at a comfortable 144 FPS in here. Otherwise, the integrity of the test is like, yeah. It's just barely hanging on to 144. It's flickering. It wants to go lower. Okay, so this one seems fine. And then this one. It's weird. Okay, so it definitely is reaching, like, it's definitely losing the frame rate when we, like, get too close to, like, multiple of these. Like, here. Is not really handling this so hot. I'm curious if that's, like, our fallback ground. But actually, please... Oh, look at that. It's just the wrong thing. Hang on. Okay, I see the issue. This needs to actually use the seat as the, like, coat mesh. And then it needs to be double-sided. Let's go to that. This is very important for the integrity of the game. There we are. Okay. But yeah, so now these work just fine. So yeah, it's something to do with just, I guess, just being made out of triangle meshes. Okay. Let's completely wipe the, this bed frame collision. Close all. Bed frame. I'm gonna add a static body. Add a collision shape. And these will all be box shapes. Oh, I want it to be perfectly here. Yeah, so this will now be how we do these. Oh wait, I need to make these unique. Okay, and undo doesn't work with those. Alright, whatever. Make unique. It's still crazy to me that I need to make a box shape unique. Like, it's such a, like... It's such a light resource that I feel like the pointer to the box shape would be more resource intensive than just having another box shape. But maybe not, because it is like a class. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be, actually. Alright, then make unique. And then make unique here. It didn't work. Okay, let's just rewind. Now make unique. And this will be the only one where we actually do the same shape on both sides. But I won't even do it yet. Oh wait, no. I made the exact same mistake again. Alright. Now make unique. Now we do this. Perfect. And now, eventually, they'll all be the same, or, like, the correct height. Can I do Control 3? Shift 3? Okay, there we are. Kind of. What the hell does Shift 3 do? Snap nodes to floor. That's just not even, like, the thing that I'm trying to do. There we go. Wrong button. This side. Okay. And these don't need to be too precise now that I'm thinking about it, because they are just going to be for the bed frame. So it's like, I mean, I guess it would be kind of annoying if they're not very accurate. Wait, I should also double check. Okay, yeah. They're about to be very inaccurate. Because they only go out to here. Okay, but I also got to remember the boxes already are like 3 inches off because they like float. So I can make them a little shrunk. In fact, I wonder if I could add a negative margin to box colliders specifically to counteract that, because I have no idea why the player floats off boxes like 3 inches. It's such a weird thing because it doesn't happen with spheres. So it's not some like normal behavior of like, oh, you know, convex colliders have the safety margin. Though it is related to it if I remember right, like from my experiment thing. But it's a less important thing. Okay, so let's duplicate this one. X. Pause it. There we go. Okay, now let's go to the test world. It's strange to me that it seems to be some sort of like factor of the frame time though. Oh wait, no, I guess it makes sense because the frame rate, like the physics time, takes longer. Okay, yeah, and now it seems like there's no like perceptible change, so that definitely makes it run faster. And then these little boxes, they still, okay, so the boxes seem to have a little bit of like the same problem. So what I'm gonna do, because it's crazy to me that like colliding with 2 objects could cause the frame rate to die like this. Like, I get that they're like not convex colliders, but like it's 2 triangle meshes of like, how many polygons is this actually? It is wait, 1100 triangles. No, that's not right. No, 26 it is 26 triangles. This mesh. And I think what I would do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could do it in 7 boxes. Oh wait, no. 8, 9, 10. We could do it in 10 boxes. Yeah, I'll just do that. Delete that. Close all. Folding. Pair. Static body. Box. No shape. Okay, so this is going to have the coat-like modifier. And it attaches to the seat. Double-sided. And we will add some lovely box shapes here. Yeah. Let's do like a 3. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I should make a little jam game. Maybe like an RPG maker type thing. Though I do really like making systems. I don't know if I'd be able to stomach like the limitations of RPG Maker. The same way, like I was using that little tool Decker a while ago, and I was like, you know, it just made me want to make something like Decker, but not go through the limitations of Decker itself. I think I'm just incompatible with like limited technology unless I'm the one making the limited technology. Okay. Make this unique. So maybe I'll make my own RPG maker in Godot. And that would be definitely too big of a project for like the goals of this like game jam type thing. Oh well. Right, let's do 0 here. There we are. Because what I need now and we need a last but not least duplicate this, make unique. Oh wait, no, we need one more thing and then I can just duplicate these two to the other side. And since thankfully these don't have to like flop around or anything, so they don't have to be super accurate, but I should at least make them look a little bit accurate. Yeah, now that I'm thinking, a much more practical thing would be, like I said before, of like, I guess short stories and like Twine style things. Or maybe making like another game that like mimics Jackie's moveset, because I was making that GMTK game. Alright, so let's flip these. Oh wait, is that... I don't think any of that's going to be correct. In fact, nah. I completely messed that up. Do negative. And then maybe like, no, that's okay. Yeah, because these only rotate on the x-axis. Okay, now we go back to the test world. And let's see these again. Yeah, now you can see on the left, the frame rate does not change at all from just like standing on these. So what I'm getting is triangle meshes are bad news if you're using them for more, or if you're using them with any like density. Because I use them in the like terrain for the world itself, and that works pretty well, but I think it's because there's like one triangle every 5 meters. And bullet physics is good at like detecting that and like only doing some checks against like one triangle. But if it's like, you know, half a dozen triangles, well, probably more like 24 triangles within the range of the like collision mesh. It's like, nah, that's too much. That's too many checks. That's now going to be 1 millimeter per physics frame. Which admittedly, I'm still kind of baffled that it takes so long. I think Bullet is just kind of slow. Which is a shame because it has a lot of like, I've been reading the code, it has some crazy stuff inside of it, but seems like it just ain't very fast. I mean, physics are pretty slow inherently. Wait, how did I like, okay. I can somehow coax myself into crouching here. That's fun. I think it must be, oh, I see. I bet you I'm like jutting into the chair for just like long enough. Weird. Well, could be worse. Okay, so that at least fixes those little bugs. That. Enemies can push you around in dialogue, don't care that much. Honestly, I'll say that's a lower priority thing. Slides and slopes without entering the sliding state. So this is one where I think I'm going to put it in harder to reproduce. Okay, Balter sometimes is frozen in his walk animation when he should be idle. So these are, I think, navigation bugs. So speeder should not stop when damaged. Let's do that. That should be like damaged. So we stop, we do this, we do that. I think we can change the damage time for an enemy. Oh yeah, we have it here. Let's make it much, like, lower. I mean, I already did, though. Let's just put him... I mean, let's just go to the world itself. Because, yeah, I think it's just the fact that they stop in their tracks. I guess I can just change that. The rapid starts, no clip. Wait, I have my... There we go. This is actually faster than no clipping most places. Especially if you get a good downhill ramp. How do I make the world loading faster? I guess I just have to do... So I've been talking about it on and off, of like, the world currently loads in these 500 by 500 chunks, and they're just too big. I need to look at how other people do world streaming in Godot, and do something like they do. Unless their solution is actually slow. Because I have found a lot of the time, like, the professional plugins are just like worse versions of what I'm doing. Okay, because I guess, I mean, if I were getting paid to do this, I'd be a professional. But alright, let's see this guy. I mean, they do, like... I don't know. I guess I should be, like, far away from him, because the entire balance problem was the fact that I was too close to them. Or that I was far away and just shooting them, and they couldn't do anything about it. Like, they couldn't run up to me. Play, no clip. Teleport to 101, maybe? Yeah, this is a little closer. I think 100 is even closer, though. No, that wasn't that didn't really substantially change anything. Okay, so I need to be... Let's start from this area over here. Yeah, I think maybe I need to just make these guys have different AI from the crawlers. Okay. So where's our speeder guy? Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. So that is the thing that we need to fix. I think what I'm gonna do is damaged. So sleeping equals false. Do we set velocity equal to 0? No, we don't, actually. Okay, so we set it there when they die. That's good. So why do they, like, get hurt? I guess I can do, like, damaged force? Damage direction. I guess we can do just like a damage speed even. Let's do that. Let's do like damage time here will be like back to 0.2, but we're gonna have a export float 0 to 1 var damaged equals 0.0. And then when the state is damaged, if target and oh wait, no, we already have that. If damaged speed okay, we'll walk ds times run speed acceleration deceleration. Oh wait. Okay. So now, actually, let's get the speeders back up. So they need damage speed of like 0.75. So that means that they will slow down when they get hit, but they will not stop. Hopefully I remembered to save. Nope. Rapid start. Teleport to 100. Save. And now, hopefully, when he gets up to us, he will be hyper aggro. Because these guys should be a major threat until you get the... Yeah, so now you can, like, interrupt their attacks. But, they should be just a lot more threat. Because admittedly, the enemies in this game are not meant to be, like, major hazards on their own. Well, maybe they should be. At least those guys. Like, I can put, like, 4 of them in here. Like, just scatter them around in this area. So it's like, man, there's some especially dangerous guys out here. It's crazy. I like this little riverbed. I don't remember making this. I remember it used to just be, like, totally flat in here. Yeah, now it feels like an actual, like, place. And I guess I'm just kind of, like, floating around right. Oh, the riverbed's gone. I think this area feels especially unnatural because it would not, like, the terrain would not raise up at a little narrowing space like this. It would deepen because it's like an actual, like, river. Or, like, where the rapids would be. I guess, you know what, I'll just put that in there as like a fix. So where should that be? Probably visuals or something. Redo areas. The bridge, 88. Make the terrain dip when or in the cliffs. Maybe even have a little bit of water. Should be where rapids used to be. Because I think also a lot of this game needs a lot more like terrain variation. You know, because I made a lot of this stuff very haphazardly without much of a plan. And I think that was a mistake because I didn't actually have any sort of... It's fine to make things without a plan as long as you can iterate on it quickly, but the terrain here is so hard to work with that every time I have to do anything, it's just like a major production. Because Blender runs at like 1 frame every 2 seconds. It would be very interesting now that I'm thinking about it to like... I still want to make like a terrain system, but that's also one of those things that's like woefully out of scope for the game. Because that would be like a 2-year project in itself. Yeah, because I'm thinking, really, the tools that tend to be like the most valuable aren't tools that do a simple thing well, but tools that do a really difficult thing, even if they do it badly. So like my to-do list, for example, is I like it, but it's not something that's going to be like lighting the world on fire. You know, like I released it and 4 people bought it, and like that's for a reason. I'm pleasantly surprised that 4 people bought it, because nobody cares about a to-do list, even if it does what I like, because everybody can do it. Like, anybody can make their own to-do list. But something like a terrain system, that'd be a lot more useful for other people because they can't do it. But that's because it's really hard, and so it would take a long time. Yeah, because admittedly, one of the things I'm thinking about is, once this game is done, what pieces can I rip out and sell to other people? Like the dialogue system, probably? I don't know, maybe I can make the terrain... Well, the chunking system, almost certainly not, because it's a very simple script and it doesn't work very well. If I made it good, that'd be an option. What else could I do? Probably nothing. I think it's probably the dialogue system is like the main like thing. I mean, maybe the character controller, but it's so hard to use and kind of janky. Because I have seen people publish character controllers, but this one is like not designed for consumption. It's designed for like this game. You know, I should have more just like fucked up geometry in the game. Like just like things like this are fun to climb on. What else do I want to do? I should actually look up more bugs to fix. Because now I'm just kind of doing whatever I want. Which is fine, but I do that a lot. Like, I have a lot of streams where I just kind of wander around. But okay, speeders should not stop when damaged. Now they don't. They slow down. Close cam on startup depending on area. Okay. So this is one where if I go to, like... Let's go this way. So we go into here. Save. Because the camera will probably not be close to us. I actually should double check that this works how I think it works. Okay, so the camera's all nice and close, and then you press this. It should... Yeah, now it comes back out. And it should actually not do that. So let's go to the player. Not there. Player. You know, I keep forgetting that there's this thing here that shows me all of my methods. That'd be useful to look at. Okay, because we need interstate, I think. Oh wait, I'm just realizing these are alphabetical. That's useful. Because we need reset camera or camera rig. Set close cam dreaming. No, we should do set close cam get environment setting close cam. So function get environment setting, and then like string or name string, or like setting. If scene dot has method get top environment, or get environment setting, return get environment setting, let's see it. Wait, no, setting. Okay, because now what we need is world get top environment. Oh, wait, we already have that. We need function get environment setting s string variant or any. How do we do this? I guess we just return anything. So if environment overrides dot empty, turn null. Or I guess we can actually have a default. Streaming. Oh no. Set close cam. So get environment setting close cam and streaming. Oh wait, no, we don't need that. Because again, the environment takes care of that. False. So do we sort these? I think we do. So it's like update environment for environment override stuff. So apply environment, insert label equals, so, okay. So we do this. We have the priority and they're sorted from highest to lowest priority. So we can just do for environment in overrides. Actually, we can just do, we need this anyway here. Of like that, then if S in environment, return S, or environment S. Okay. Why is this player not loaded? Oh wait, it's called get env setting. No wait, no it's not. Expected, oh I see. Defaults. There we go. Okay, so now it should just work magically. Look at that. It works. Okay. Complete. Jericho's arena dialogue is broken again. Ah, that's a thing. Navigation bugs. People not standing at point. Okay, so let's go to... How do we fix this? I think I can make a clone of the scene 12. So let's go to... like 012. Make a new inherited scene. And this will be saved as, like... No, do I want to... I don't want to do that. Teleport to 12. And you know what? I should make it so the camera automatically spins around the player when they start the game, instead of like having the right analog stick work. Okay, so how do we do this? Don't NPCs have... Wait, actually... Let's check... Okay, yeah. We already have tons of NPCs that can't navigate from point A to point B. Let's go to chunk 12 again. What I'm gonna do is I kind of want to get every single individual vertex of the chunk. What am I thinking? I have a good idea. I'll just create meshes or like little reference points at every single point that I think is of interest, and then like loop through all of them and try to navigate from one to the other. And we'll get to the bottom of like what points can't navigate. Okay. I know my mission. We're gonna do zone 4. Yeah. I think let's call this like nav debug or spatial. Nav debug. And we're gonna add some mesh instances. So like upper. And these should have the debug green. So basically, I'm just going to go through every single, like... Let's see, so this one's expected to not be there. Let's actually show the navigation mesh. Yeah. So yeah, we can see these places are cut off from it. Yeah, like here should be a way to get to all three of these. And then, like, let's do, like... What should this be? This should be, like, upper mid, because it's going to be this area. Or, like, mid-high. See, I like it here, for example. And this will be mid-low. Actually, let's put this right in the center here. So I'm going to put it in places where I think it's unlikely, or where it's likely to fail, but it shouldn't fail. Okay, so maybe in this little corner here, I don't see any, like, vertices leading out this way. Okay, and then we have, like, low 1, low 2, low 3, and low 4, or whatever it is. It seems like I'm... Oh, wait, I can just call this mid. Batch rename. Mid, low, mid. And that way this one can actually be mid-low. So yeah, let's put him right here. I think it's actually maybe... I don't know, actually. I was gonna say maybe it's because, like, it has to be within a certain distance from one of these points on the mesh itself, but that doesn't make any sense. Then it would just be, like, not functional as a navigation mesh. Yeah, I sincerely believe that the A-star algorithm is wrong. Or whatever they did to the implementation for, like, performance, because it used to also be, like, horribly slow, where you had to, like, queue it up in a separate thread or something. And now, for some reason, it can get you anything that you want instantly, and I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. They did something. They did something to my buddy A-star. Okay. So we need also this little corner. And then I think we can just call all of this low. I think that's safe. Or reasonable enough. Oh wait. Oh wait, I just realized this is all, like, still the same thing, actually. Yeah, it's, like, almost all the same height. So I'll call this... I'll just keep calling this mid-low. Or, like, let's call it, like, gateway. And then we'll call the first thing, like, entry or something. Yeah, this seems like a relatively, like, thorough audit of, like, all of the navigation area in here. Or, like, all the navigable terrain on the ground. Because I don't need to check the roofs because I know they don't work. Or they're not even, like, intended to be reachable. Why the fuck is this, like, down here and not reachable and not undoing? Okay, just... If Godot isn't gonna undo things, that's cool. Okay, so this was down... Did I... Okay, no, I didn't do it again. There we go. Word present is declared. Oh yeah, we don't need this anymore. And we don't need this, and we don't need that. Though I do think the air... Oh wait, okay, so yeah, none of those are used anymore. Environment is shadowing already environment thing, so let's do like... Envo... Envo. If Envo... Anything else here? I mean, I guess we can just do and done loading, like if thread, like load thread dot is active, load thread dot wait to finish. Okay, so that should be fine. Node follower.gd init signals method not found. Ooh. Wait a second. Didn't I have? Oh, I see. We don't need this anymore because I already do the init dialogue here. Is that the only thing I need? Yeah, okay. So that's correct. And those are all fine. I still don't know where this is even used anymore. I won't bother. Okay, so that's all fine. I still need to actually finish up this section, though. Any other place in here? I guess this is fine. Yeah, okay. And then we have, like, entry. So we'll have a bunch of just little places in here, like any of the places where it seems likely the NPCs are failing, like this doorway here. I've seen them fail to get there. Let's do this one. Out here. Down up to like here, maybe? And then I'll just like keep track of these in my head and like eventually give up on trying to figure out why on earth these wouldn't work, because it like the navigation mesh shows there's a mesh navigating to there, and A star is like an algorithm that does it like algorithmically. Hi, good evening. I'm gonna make a cool thing that figures out where people can and can't navigate to, so I can figure it out once and for all. I'm suspecting I may need to make my own A-star algorithm, but I'll have to check what it actually does, because I have no idea if that's actually the issue. Actually, why does this... Actually, now that I think about it, probably the reason is because this guy doesn't have any stairs off of here, so he's probably one of the issues. Isn't there supposed to be like a ramp here? I guess I can just put like a little, what should I have here? Grab one? Maybe like a... That's a bit too big. Like a scrap 4, maybe? There's just a little thing that goes like down like this, and it'll like connect like right there. And then if I regenerate the navigation mesh, it'll like load perfectly every time. Let's grab this. No, this. See if that works. Okay, now he has a way out. I can't believe that I was wondering why he couldn't navigate there, and it's because it's a thing with no stairs. But it's like, to make things NPC accessible, I basically have to make them like wheelchair accessible. Like I have to add a bunch of ramps and a bunch of railings. Anywhere else I need a little thing. Well, while we're here, put one right in here so that I can like navigate that. Okay, so now we need, let's go to chunks. So test, nav debug, export node path. Whoops, wrong button. I was trying to mute. There we are. Export node path var nav navigation node onReady var nav equals get node navigation node function ready. Var I1 int equals 0, I2 equals 0, I guess 1 actually. Whoop. Okay. So what we're going to do is for C in. Now what am I going to do? I also need a navigation, like a debug or immediate geometry. And this will have our debug line. And no shadows. And we also need a timer. It will be auto start, and then so var c or var nav points. So for C in get children var draw immediate geometry var timer if C is immediate geometry, draw equals C, elif C is timer equals C, else nav. So this should be an array. Nav points equals that. Push back. C. Oh yeah, and then also for the timer, var x equals timer connect timeout self gets next, or like nav to point. And also let's have export material var success material export material var fail material. Success material, and then what should our fail material be? Let's make this unique. And we'll just have it be albedo of like raw, like 5, 1, 1. So the demo of Unity Water Fluid Flux. I haven't seen it. Let's see. All right, let's see. Func nav to points. So immediate or draw dot clear var n equals nav dot. How do we actually do? How does navigation work actually? Oh, get simple path. What? Why is this not? Okay, whatever. Var starts equals nav points I1 dot global transform dot origin var ends vector 3 equals nav points I2 form origin, so from start to end. If nav dot is points, no, like reachable. How the heck do we actually figure out? I need get simple path. Okay. So deprecated. Get simple path or deprecated and will be removed in a future version. Use navigation server map get path instead. Okay. Navigation server dot map get path nav dot get RID start end. Hopefully this actually works. So optimize is well, I'll see how that works. Do we have like a reachable? Navigation uses bit mask. Too few arguments. Expected at least 4. I guess we can just do like a false for this one. And then we're just gonna do for n in. Or like let's do this down here. So first of all, I don't think this will actually like change how this works. But let's do like 0.5 seconds maybe. For so this is path for p in path. Draw dot add. Let's do draw dot begin. Mesh dot primitive line strip. Add. So add vertex. That's what I need. B. Draw dot end. Alright, let's also do like draw dot material override equals success material for now. Okay. Okay, so let's see this in action. Because I don't know right now... Oh, wait, no. This isn't going to change anything because, Wait. First of all... Cannot load that. Oh, okay. I didn't actually set the navigation yet. Navigation. Timer was not added to the scene tree. Oh, that's fine. Oh, wait, either add it or set auto start to true. Wait, why wasn't that correct? On resume. Oh, weird. I'll do that soon. So attempt to merge a navigation mesh triangle, that's fine. Oh yeah, I almost completely forgot. I need to do, draw, or I1 plus equals 1 if I1 greater than equal to, nav points dot length. Let's do actually like, well, I guess we do I2 actually. I2 equals 0, I1 plus equals 0, if plus equals 1, if I1 greater than or equal to nav points dot size, I1 equals 1. And then that should... I guess we can just... Well, that's fine. But okay, now ignore the timer bugs. And hopefully this will all work. Okay, so we should see a bunch of lines start drawing. Maybe, eventually. Maybe it'll do the upper ones first. Nav. Let's just do print. Is it gonna... Okay, so that's printing. So why am I not seeing the... Oh yeah, there's some issue where, like, it doesn't work unless I redraw them every frame. So I actually need... So let's do a var path. Or no, pool vector 3 array. So we'll do path equals that. And then we'll do like a function process delta. Oh wait, but this might not work the first frame. Okay, so are there any navigation points here? Let's do like this, maybe? Okay, so path does have paths. Oh, but it's gonna be, hang on. We need to then do P minus global transform origin. Okay, this is the issue. Because it's the vertices are in the local space. But the actual points are in global space. Okay, I think that's going to be good. And maybe I don't need to redraw them every frame now. Okay, so we can see It's like systematically going between every single one of them. So we're up at the start now? Or, yeah. Are we? Weird. So when it's not reachable from point to point, how do we do that? Actually, what if we have this timer as a one-shot? It's like, we're gonna do one-shot, we're gonna not have that. And we're gonna do, like, timer starts 1. And so let's do, like, var p equals, or like var end point equals path dot size minus 1. Var start point equals path 0. If so, let's do if start point minus start dot length greater than 1, or end point minus end greater than 1. Draw material override equals fail material timer dot starts like 5 print debug bad materials, and this will be, oh wait, this needs, oh I see, and this was why I was navigating improperly. Else okay, vector 3 and int and operator that. Oh wait. Okay, there we go. Our bad path %s to %s, and this will be nav points I1 dot name nav points I2 dot name. Oop. Okay. So now I should be able to like quickly see a whole bunch of points navigating from one to the other. And if any of them are bad, it'll tell us. And it'll give us a big old 5-second like thing. Okay, so now we see a bunch of these. Yeah, we can see it now like snaking through the whole world of like, you know, getting each and every point. So it looks like it's doing really well. Like it's navigating across the whole thing, so I have no idea why the I think it's the navigation agents. I think they're wrong. Like they're just not correct. Yeah, because this is looking really good, actually. I think maybe I just need to completely rework my little NPC nav thing. Because, I mean, if it crosses all the way across the world, I think is reachable is just wrong. Actually, I have a good idea. What if it's because I'm not optimizing? So what if we optimize the paths? Okay, these look a lot better, actually. Like, just as paths, they're a lot smoother. But I do wonder if that's going to be the issue. Because, yeah, I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing nothing that's wrong. I guess I should also hang on. I should test, like... Let's have one that's, like, guaranteed fail. Known impossible. Well, let's put it, like, way up here. Like, at the tippy top of, like, one of these towers. So it's like, yeah, you're not getting up here. And if we're gonna have that, we should probably have this be, like, 1 or something. Because then it's gonna, like, navigate to every single one of these. Bad path, okay. Upper 2 to known impossible. Okay, and there's also the absolutely bizarre thing that I'm seeing where some of the lamps disappear. Oh, because they're distance visible. I forgot. I should probably make it so it's the light and not the actual lamp itself. Because them disappearing after like 70 meters is silly. But okay, so it's not quite doing what I want it to do, where I don't see any like path at all. Because it's not making like a best attempt, it's just making like a oh wait, no it is actually. Okay, yeah, I just need to actually keep an eye out for like, yeah, I see those glowing paths. It's just hard to actually spot it. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it does make a good attempt at it. You see, it gets to the closest point possible. Okay, so I don't know what the nav agents are smoking, but it looks like the navigation just works. So I think the is reachable function is just wrong. Actually, let's look up what that does. So let's go to NPC nav. So like reachable. Is target reachable? Returns true if the target location is reachable. The target location is set using set target location. It may not always be possible to reach the target location. It should always be possible to reach the final location though. See, get final location. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna warn about this. So like, let's do like, is target reachable? Or like, let's do print debug. So could not reach point. So reachable equals move to position. Okay, this is fair enough. So what we're gonna do is if var final equals get final location, if final, so this is going to be if position.origin minus final dot length greater than 1. Okay. So I should probably be a bit better with that. Because I think it might be that there's a very specific standard that it uses for, like, if it's final, like, if it's reachable, and I don't care about that or standard. Like, so if it's, like, within the realm of possibility to get close to it. In fact, let's even make that, like, 2. If we can get within 2 meters of our final destination, we'll consider that good enough. And then if I really, you know, like if the action requires a precise position, I'll need to position them anyway. So it doesn't matter if they only walk like within 2 meters of it, because otherwise the alternative is that they just teleport there and constantly bug me that the world is bugged. But okay, let's see if that like improves the odds of this happening. And let's also remove this known impossible. Or actually, let's do like, I know what to do. Just hide it. And then we're gonna do if. So elif c dot visible. No clip. Okay, and oh yeah, let's also double check. So could not reach point, could not reach point, could not reach point. That is not. I guess we can do like a breakpoint. Actually, let's breakpoint right here. Let's see what's actually happening here. Yeah, because this little thing seems like it's doing okay. Yeah, I might just completely remove this navigation agent now that I'm looking at this. Or like completely just just remove it from the equation here, because yeah, it looks like this works just fine. And that wouldn't be too bad. I'd basically just change it into like a spatial node. And that could also unify it with the existing things where we have like nodes and stuff. But if I need to do that, I'll actually change how this works. Oh, look at that. Speak of the devil and he will arrive. Okay, so what is our position here? So the position we wanted to get to was, let's see what the actual, like, okay. We won't see what it is. No, we will. Okay. Negative 2308, 15 that. So we were like 20 meters, we were like 50 meters away from it. Or like, 30 or whatever. So where are we going? So this is Siraj. Oh, because Siraj isn't capable of navigating anywhere, I just realized. Okay, that probably explains that. I can just put a little, like, well, I can just move him. Like, just put him here. Like, is he the guy who's been having all the issues? Actually, I wonder where his schedule even takes him. Oh, I see. He just goes to that door. Yeah, because I think he could just be like right in here or something. Hang on. Be quiet, video game. I'm working here. So for now, I can just make it so that they can't go, or that they're not working in unnavigable places. Because I'll just go through each and every NPC and see, because if that's the issue, I'll just fix that. Alright, so which one is this one? Guard 1. Who is Guard 1? So he's here. So where is his location? He is walk to position. What is his position? Go to work. So we're going from work to his position. So the day start is just his old position, right? Or I think it's just his like default position, and somehow. So he comes from this door, and he's just supposed to go up here. I guess it's like, where is he right now where he can't do that? Because we could do like his transform. So node, constants, navigation agent. Does navigation agent not have spatial position? I guess we could get the body. What's our position? 30, 23, 66. That seems like the local position. Well, yeah, okay. I think maybe. Yeah, that's local transform. This is global transform. I think we subtract like 2,000 something. Probably the nearest multiple of 500, so like subtract 2,000 from that, subtract 2,500 from that. Or add 2,000, I mean, but... No, but that wouldn't make any sense. How would we be going, like, 60 meters? Because he, like, goes, like, from here to here. He barely moves at all. Yeah, I think what I need to do is I need to completely remove... I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to put that in my, like, refactor of, like... Just cut out the... agent. So that'll be a thing that I do later. Right, this is... I wanted this one to be above this one, but I don't think it quite... Yeah, it's not quite working. So people not starting at a point, people stuck in walls, people flying around. That's a crazy one. I have no idea what that is. That's like some sort of physics bug. And this one, I think I actually did finally fix that. Okay, let's make this nav debug. We will hide this and make it so that if it's not visible, hue free. There we go. And we can return, actually. Because freeing a node that has signals is not thread safe. Well, eventually, well, now it is, because I have a global, I had to create a, like, global mutex. Man, this thing is, like, taking a long time. Oh, because the thread died. I just realized. So yeah, let's go to here. There's probably something here. Okay. Because I was editing code while the game was running, the background thread died. Okay. So we will just say that is a thing that can happen for now. Yeah, the real pain is going to be when this like navigation mesh, or when I have to redo all of these navigation agents. Well, will it be that bad? I guess now NPCs. I guess the NPCs should have the nav agent by default. What should I do though? I could do more bug fixing, but I only have like 10 minutes until I guess probably switch over to Sea of Stars. I guess that'll probably be my next plan. Much to do. I guess I'll save my progress. And yeah, we'll eventually get all this stuff fixed. So git commit m, more fixes. See, I'll need to figure out, I'll need to put all these, so I had, yeah, a lot of things that I wrote down for like improving my writing workflow. So I'll have to actually do those. But in the meantime, what I'm actually going to do is, I guess I'll say that'll be the game dev stream for today. And I will be back in a few minutes with the what have you, the video game. What is it called? Yeah, Sea of Stars. I'll be back with that.